So the feeling that you've got there is you're not turning early. Yeah, you're going left shoulder down, and it's creating maybe a little bit of sway, which is fine, but more of a vertical plane. So you're not getting turn early, which is absolutely fine. And we could see from the sports box numbers that that's within the ranges that we want. Yeah. As we come into the downswing move, we can maybe argue it comes a little bit over the shoulder, so there could be an argument for kind of keeping that plane. But I think what we're going to do next is going to help with that anyway. But then what we see is as you create that kind of turning motion, so you said to me earlier you felt right, was it right hip or right knee? Right hip goes to left knee. Well, again, that's a vertical motion, yeah? Rather than if it was right hip forwards to the ball, that becomes horizontal with the plane. Right hip to left knee gets a vertical kind of more inclined hip turn coming into impact. Yeah. So basically, all we've got to do then is put a follow through to it that matches, because your follow through, and I think this is part of the problem with the idea of kind of the releasing sort of like the toe at it and sort of flicking. I think we want to keep that move, but you're feeling as you come through, basically the difference for your follow through is just holding it off. So we'll see when we look at your swing from face on in 3D, we'll see it looks a little bit like that, doesn't it? Kind of with the hands back. The hand position is the only thing about your impact that's out in that 3D analysis. So if we've got the feeling that it does that, but be more more relevant to it, feeling like you're going more like that and holding it off, it gets you into the flatter shaft plane at the top and keeps the face angle open. Yeah. So really, it's almost like feeling a little bit kind of like what you imagine a chicken wing would be as you're going through. You're feeling like you're doing this with the arms rather than it goes like this, because your release and your follow through will be very much left elbow points down. Yeah. To get that, and that follow through then is going to get that club shaft going vertical. If you get the left elbow so it points more up, you can see what it does to my club face. So the more my elbow kind of, well, it's not pointing up, it's pointing to the side really. It keeps that club face open. So I'm kind of shoveling my arms towards the target, and it gets into that position where that club shaft then is very horizontal at the top, and it keeps that face square. So basically the difference is what we're saying, long story short, it's less of that and it's more of that. So a good example would be a cover drive. The feeling of you doing that and getting the elbow coming up, and it will really change the look of your impact and your follow through by doing that. But being functional, it's stopping that face from doing that. It's keeping it square. So you can go as hard at it as you like then. It's just probably not with the hands, because the flippy bit of the hands then is what's going to close the face. But you can twist your body as hard as you like, but you've just got to get that follow through matching the other planes that we've got in the backswing and that initial downswing move. So rather than it whips around that way, the left hip can go back, but you're going to feel all of this kind of goes more like that to hold that club face more square through impact. Makes sense?